That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
The quarterback sacked.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over. And it's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. Powerful running. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
11-4.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16, eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Whoa. Davis from the top rope. I like it. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So pretty interesting. They get the opening drive touchdown. They wanted a little more. They were looking for 8, maybe something they thought about before the game started, I would imagine.
I think you're right about that. That's discussed in your staff meeting. A decision is made. I think the head coach has to blueprint it and say, yes, let's go ahead and do that. In this case, though, let's give some credit to the guys on defense. They gave up the touchdown, but found a way to regroup and keep them out of the end zone for the 2-point play.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
Well, it's not unusual for a team to have a little bit of a letdown after appearing in the Super Bowl. And the Rams had that Super Bowl letdown after their loss in Super Bowl 53 to New England. But it might surprise people that quarterback Jared Goff still finished 3rd in the NFL in passing yards at better than 4,600. They just want to see him cut down on the number of interceptions he threw last year, and they think the Rams can elevate their offense yet again.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Throwing again on second down. Gone. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Third down.
Out of the gun. Gone. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Tackle made by Thomas Davis. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Chase Young. Jared Goff sacked.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Rams.
6-0 our score after 1.
Washington 6. Rams nothing.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll run this with Akers. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Deron Payne's one of a good number of young defensive tackles in the game. Made a nice stop there, now in his 3rd year out of Alabama.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. Akers, he coughs it up. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
The previous play is under review.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Well, it's a jet sweep, the football to Woods. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, gone. Now that'll be caught by Cup. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 7-yard line.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he's got it. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. First down, L.A. Goff finding Reynolds there. They'll look to run with Akers. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Robert Woods from Jared Goff. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. His feet, what he's been able to do individually running the ball, it's kind of kept him in this game.
No doubt about it, because if he's not making the plays that we've seen, they are really getting blown out in this one. I don't think they have any chance at all. He's keeping them in striking distance, hoping to get some help from the defensive side of the ball, so maybe some of these plays can turn into plays that maybe put them in the lead.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
1st and 10 at the 45.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Steps away to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. 20! And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. And that'll bring up second down. Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Back to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, it's Simba Webster. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. With a white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Now this will make it into the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Goff on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown.
Washington.
This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins, the kickoff for Washington.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He starts with a give to Akers. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Jimmy Moreland there on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Complete to Cooper.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Again, the ball carrier.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
He ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of...
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. So not only did they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal. At the 2-yard line.
On 2nd and goal, Goff. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
To
Bryson Hopkins.
Touchdown.
There to make the grab. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Takes this about 5 yards deep.
Have mercy.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake? And
well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally do get it, but not before he reaches the 27. Big yardage that time for Washington. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And down in inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
And his kick is good. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. On the return comes Webster. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
On the return, the Rams take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Chase Young. Jared Goff.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you've got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1st down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee.
Los Angeles.
Here's Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line.
Goff throwing again. Higbee secures it over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Goff with a pass caught by Reynolds. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
Goff's pass.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there. Second down.
Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
Throwing again is Goff. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. Third and 2, Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
They'll run for it with Akers. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Flush to his right. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. He'll run it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. Back to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This to make it a 3-score game late. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple of yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
So it's Washington getting the victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
It's a win for the Washington football team as we say so long from FedEx Field.